Only at the Indianapolis
Zoo.
Here we have our flock from our pit crew. Right now we have 17 birds in here, lots of different species. And I'm handing out some fun enrichment for them. Today we have some brightly colored flowers, which they love brightly colored things. I also have some of what we call foot toys. I have some delicious nuts wrapped up in this paper. The birds like to use their beak to shred it open. So I'll kind of just put this here. I'll see if any of them want to take it. And I'll just scatter them around. We also have, as you can see, a lot of paper in here. They really love to shred that, and lots of high brows. That's one of their favorite enrichment items here. Now, if you've ever been to the zoo in the summer, you've seen our Macaw Flights. So these are those very birds that do that. Now, right behind you, you can see we have Selva, which is one of our great green macaws. To be a macaw trainer, you have to be able to tell all of the different birds. And you can see they're very excited right now. That's Miller sticking out his wings. They're all checking out that camera. It's kind of something new for them, so they might just take a second to get used to that. But over here, we have Vineyard. And if you can see, we have another green wing who looks just like Vineyard over there. Behind you is Orchard. Now, as I was saying earlier, we have to be able to tell them all apart just by looking at them and when they're in flight as well, so we can keep tabs on their behavior, how each bird is doing, and then make adjustments. Now, one of the things that I use are their nares or their nostrils. That's one thing that doesn't change on them. Sometimes you might be able to tell by a feather, maybe a different colored feather like Tito right there has that beautiful yellow feather that's kind of distinct for him and rare. But if they lose their feathers, you might have trouble identifying them, so it's best if we use something that's more permanent. So their nostrils is something that I use, but some of my fellow teammates might have other things that they use. Now you can see Vinny over here digging into that toy I just gave him. The enrichment that we give is meant to stimulate natural behaviors. So in the wild, they would use their feet, those zygodactyl feet, and that beak to bring food up to their face and break it open with that strong beak. So enrichment like this is really great for them. It helps to keep their beak in shape, keep them stimulated. During the winter months, we give them a lot of enrichment, and during the summer months we do as well, but since we do those flights, that's also great enrichment for them. Now here you can see we have a couple of our Scarlet Macaws. I'll go ahead and hand them a nut here. So this is Syrah and this is Cabernet, and they look a lot alike, they're related. But if you look at Cabernet here, the beak is a little bit skinnier. Or excuse me, if you look at Syrah here, the beak is a little bit skinnier. So that's one way that I tell the difference between the two of them. But if they are really far apart, it can be kind of difficult. So that's one of those skills that just kind of takes time to develop and to get really good at, to use out in the field when they're flying. Here we have some of our military macaws. A lot of people get confused by the militaries and the great greens, but while they're next to each other, you can see that Selva is much lighter in color. She's much more of a vibrant green, and she's a lot bigger as well. So that's something you can use. Let's see, they're starting to check out some of their feathers, or excuse me, some of the flowers. Here we have Sake, he's checking them out a little bit. Trying to figure out what that camera is too. And you can see we have some pellet here on the table as well. This is something that they really, really enjoy, but we offer them lots of fruits and veggies and different things like that to eat throughout the day.